Hello friends, today we will learn the poem Tansin. Tansin poem written by Hazrat Inayat Khan. This poem talks about the student-teacher relationship through a medium of learning music. We all know that Tansin was a singer in the Akbar's court. So, this is a beautiful poem about how Akbar, after appreciating Tansin's singing, goes to meet Tansin's teacher called Ustad and what Akbar learns over there. So Tansen, the royal singer, is praised by King Akbar who wants to meet Tansen's guru. So this is a narrative poem which tells us about an incident that happened in Emperor Akbar's court. So now we will read the poem. Tansen, the singer in great Akbar's court, won great renown through the Badshahi fort. What happened? Tansin was a singer in Akbar the Great's court. He won great fame. Fame means, renown means fame, popularity. He won great fame and his voice, Tansin the singer in great Akbar's court, won great renown through the Badshahi fort. Tansen was a singer in Akbar's court and he won great fame in that court. His voice rang like the sound of silver bells. Now see, here the figure of speech is simile. His voice is compared with the silver ringing of sound of silver bells. His voice rang like the sound of silver bells, and Akbar, ravished, heard the story tells. Ravished means what? Fascinating. So he won great fame and his voice rang out like silver bells through the Badshahi fort. That means he has very sweet and melodious voice. His singing was really very melodious, which touched the heart. His voice rang like the sound of silver bells, and Akbar, ravished, heard. The story tells how the king praised him, gave him many a gem, called him chief jewel in his diadem. Diadem means crown. So Akbar felt a tremendous inner joy when he heard it. So stories tells us how the king praised him, rewarded him with jewels and called him the chief jewel in his crown. How the king praised him, gave him many a gem, called him chief jewel in his diadem. One day the singer sang the song of fire, the Deepak Rag, and burning like a pyre. Pyre means pile of wood. His body burst into consuming flame. To cure his burning heart, a maiden came. Now one day what happened? Tansen, he sang the song of fire. Which rag did he sing? He sang Rag Deepak and burning like a pyre. Pyre means pile of wood. His body burst into consuming flame. To cure his burning heart, a maiden came. Now what happened? One day, Tansin sang the song of fire, the Deepak Rag, with such intensity that his body burst into flames like a pyre. So, to cure his burning body and heart, a maiden came. To cure his burning heart, a maiden came and sang Malhar, the song of water cold, till health returned and comfort as of old. Now, what happened? To cure his burning body and heart, a maiden sang Malhar, the song of cold water, and his health returned to normal as before. His body burst into consuming flame. To cure his burning heart, a maiden came. See this figure of speech? To cure his burning heart, a maiden came. Here, figure of speech is inversion. And sang Malhar, the song of water cold, till health returned and comfort as of old. Mighty thy teacher must be and divine. Again, here the figure of speech is inversion. Mighty thy teacher must be and divine. Divine means like God, God-like figure. Great Akbar said, magic indeed is thine. Thine means your. Akbar told Tansen that his teacher must be really mighty and divine for Tansen to have learned such magic at his feet. Learned at his feet, then happy Tansen bowed and said, beyond the world's ignoble crowd. Not honorable in character. Ignoble means not honorable in character. Learned at his feet, then happy Tansen bowed and said, beyond the world's ignoble crowd, scorning its wealth, remote and far away, he dwells within a cave of Himalaya. Scorning its wealth means his guru lives far away in one of the caves of Himalaya, scorning all his wealth. Scorning means rejecting. Scorning its wealth, remote and far away. Now, this line figure of speech is tautology because remote and far away there are two similar words in one line. Scorning its wealth, remote and far away, he dwells within a cave of Himalaya. Tansen says that my guru, he has rejected all his wealth and he stays where? He stays in the cave of Himalaya. He stays very far away. Could I but see him once, desired the king, sit at his feet a while and listening. Now, what was the desire of the king? The desire wanted to meet Tansen's guru. That guru who taught Tansen this melodious, this soulful singing. Could I but see him once, desired the king, sit at his feet a while and listening. What was the desire of the king? He wanted to sit at the feet of his guru and listen to the music of his guru. Hear his celestial song. Celestial means heavenly. Hear his celestial song. I would deny my state and walk in robes of poverty. Then said Tansen, as you desire, Huzur, indeed, it were better as a slave and poor. To come, for he, lifted above the things of earth, disdains to sing to earthly kings. That means his guru dislikes king. His guru dislikes king and his guru sings only for poor. Akbar told Tansen that his teacher must be really mighty and divine for Tansen to have learned such magic at his feet. So Tansen bowed happily and said that his teacher lived in a remote cave in the Himalayas, far away from the crowds, shunning earthly wealth. Akbar asked if he could meet him just once. He was ready to forget his position and walk in the clothes of a poor man if only he could sit at his feet and listen to his heavenly song. Akbar was ready to do everything. बस उसकी एक इच्छा क्या थी? That he wanted to listen to the Tansen's guru. And he was ready to disguise as a poor. He was ready to disguise as a poor and walk in the clothes of a poor man if only he could sit at his feet and listen to his heavenly song. To come, for he, lifted above the things of earth, disdains means dislikes, disdains to sing to earthly kings. Long was the road, and Akbar as a slave followed Tansen, who rode towards the cave. Distance was too long, and they walked and walked and walked miles away to reach near the cave. High in the mountains, long was the road, and Akbar as a slave followed Tansen, who rode towards the cave high in the mountains. At the singer's feet, they knelt and prayed with supplication sweet. Knelt means bow. Towards thy shrine, Lu, We have journeyed long, O holy master, bless us with thy song. That means Akbar said that we have come far away just to listen to your song. So please accept my request. He prayed to his Guru that please accept my request. We have journeyed long. O holy master, bless us with thy song. Please bless us with your song, with your soulful singing. So Tansen accepted the king's desire and said that it would be better if the king went as a poor slave because his teacher was above all worldly things. He did not think that earthly things were worthy enough for him to sing for. The road was long, and Akbar, as a slave, followed Tansen towards the cave located high up in the mountains. They knelt at the singer's feet and humbly requested him to sing a song, for they had journeyed a long distance towards his abode. Then Ustad, won by their humility, sang songs of peace and high felicity. Felicity means happiness. Ustad accepted the request and he started singing for Akbar. Then Ustad, won by their humility, sang songs of peace and high felicity. The Malkaus Rag all ecstatic rang, till birds and beasts enchanted as he sang. Malkaus Rag all ecstatic rang. Ecstatic means excitement, happiness. Which rag did he sing? His Guru? He sang Malkaus Rag. He felt the waves of heavenly rapture roll. Everywhere there was pleasure, happiness, excitement. Rapture means what? Happiness. Joy, pleasure. Gathered to hear over Akbar's dreaming soul, he knelt the waves of heavenly rapture roll. But as he turned to speak his words of praise, Ustad had vanished from his wondering gaze. What happened? Ustad sang a song for Akbar. But as soon as Akbar wanted to praise Ustad, what happened? There was no Ustad. Ustad vanished, means he disappeared. Tell me, Tansen, what theme this is that holds the soul enchanted and heart enfolds in her delight. And when he knew the name, tell me, again he said, could you the same theme sing to lure my heart to paths untrod? Ah, no, to thee I sing. He sings to God. Means what happened? Akbar asked Tansen that what the musical composition was that held the soul enchanted and made the heart feel intense delight. When he knew the name, he asked Tansen if Tansen could sing the same composition in the same way to tempt his heart towards new roads. What did Akbar ask Tansen? That can you please the same song which your guru sang? Now see, a beautiful reply was given by Tansen. Ah, no, to thee I sing, he sings to God. Tansen said that I cannot sing that song because I sing for you and my guru sings only for God. Tansen replied that he could not, for he, Tansen, sang to Akbar, a human being, and while Ustad sang only to God. So, this was the beautiful incident which was narrated in the poem. The climax of this narrative is beautiful as Tansen explains why he cannot replicate the performance of Ustad. He says that he sings for King Akbar, but Ustad sings for God. So, this is a narrative poem which tells us about an incident between Tansen, Akbar, and Tansen's Guru that happened in Emperor Akbar's court. So, here, students, we have completed this poem. We will meet in our next video, next lecture. So read the poem carefully, mark all the figures of speech. Okay, take care. Bye, all of you.